Despite threats from climate change, AI-enhanced doping and even competition from esports, the boss of the International Olympic Committee believes the future has never looked so bright for the sporting event. Thomas Bach, a 70-year-old German former fencer, has run the Switzerland-based Guardian of the Olympic Games since 2013, when interest in hosting the event was near rock bottom after repeated scandals over costs and corruption. Its diminished appeal was clear at the time of bidding for the 2024 and 2028 Summer Olympics. Because there were only two candidates, Paris and Los Angeles, it is in those cities the next two games will be held. Since then, the 2032 games have been awarded to Brisbane, Australia, and Mr. Bach told AFP in an interview at IOC headquarters there was a double-digit number of countries in the running for 2036. We have never been in such a favorable position. We have never seen such a high interest in hosting the Olympic Games, the IOC president said from his offices in Lausanne overlooking Lake Geneva. After a string of Olympics held in Western democracies, 2036 could be an opportunity for Saudi Arabia, sole candidate for the 2034 FIFA World Cup, Qatar, Indonesia, or India. We are now 12 years away from these games, so it is way too early to comment on any of these interests, Mr. Bach replied when asked about Saudi Arabia and Qatar, whose human rights records would make them contested destinations. Mr. Bach attributes the revival of interest in hosting the Olympics to reforms undertaken on his watch, which have sought to put an end to the wasteful spending that has near bankrupted several host cities in the past. Instead of oversized and gleaming new stadiums and facilities that often lie empty afterwards, the IOC now encourages the use of existing or temporary infrastructure. An estimated 96% of the sport during Paris 2024, which begins on July 26, will take place in existing or temporary locations, while LA 2028 might reach 100%. Paris is the first Olympic Games which is absolutely in line with our Olympic agenda reforms from start to finish, Mr. Bach said. As a result, French organizers claim their event will emit only about half the carbon of either London 2012 or Rio 2016. Critics, such as environmental research group Carbon Market Watch, commend the efforts to improve but remain skeptical that the Games can ever be sustainable. The most significant factor affecting the Games' environmental footprint is its enormity, a report from the group said this month. Mr. Bach acknowledges global warming is an increasing challenge, above all for the snow-dependent Winter Olympics but also the much larger summer version. He confirmed the Summer Olympics might at some point have to move from the traditional slot in July and August to the cooler autumn months, as the 2022 Football World Cup did in Qatar.